have two United fans over here, and the full-time banter is all about United 1, Man City 3. One interesting game. The first half was very, very tactical by United. They knew what they were doing. And in the second half, City was just too strong. What are your thoughts on the game?
The first 45 minutes were the best 45 minutes of our season. Sort of. Like in terms of the hope, not the playing style. We are like, oh shit, maybe we'll nick this game. Maybe we'll get it done. But in the first 45 minutes also, we conceded 18 shots. You almost knew it was inevitable. It was coming. Like Haaland came so close. So let's not kid ourselves. In the grand scheme of things, this game is, I think, a hope killer, because if you lose 2 games in a row in the Premier League, like towards in this phase of the season where you're chasing a top 4, it's definitely not happening. Like it at least kills the hope for all the fans. So good riddance, and I think here, cheers to the death of my season.
And this is right after a weekend where Aston Villa came back to win, Tottenham came back to win.
Yeah.
I mean, all top 4 rivals have just gone up, and now it just seems like it's really hard to achieve that. Sid, what are your thoughts? Any more optimism?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. So the first thing I did when City scored their second goal was see the chances for top 5 qualification for Champions League. And it seems that there's an 82% chance that 5 teams from the Premier League will go through.
You know who you have to support, right, for that in the Champions League?
I don't mind, bro. As long as we get through, it's fine. As long as City don't win and we get through, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, it was the first half gave me like the vibes I got from watching the Liverpool game at Anfield this season, and we successfully shut them out, which no team has been able to do. And I was sort of optimistic.
What do you mean no team has been able to do?
Talk about Liverpool. But anyways, like the point is, yeah, it was inevitable, like Nihal said, and after the second goal, there was no point watching the game. There is and like Ten Hag did try to do something different with McTominay playing in the front with Bruno, and I'm glad he did not make Rashford play in the front. I think that's how at least Rashford got that chance playing from the inside left somehow. But yeah, I mean, if you have to bring on Anthony and Kamvala as subs in a derby game, you can't expect much from the team anyway. So cheers to City, I guess.
Yeah. We'll get a little bit into the game. Before that, AJ, bro, what is this, man? Like every season, is this going to be like a recurring occurrence that we're going to be supporting teams, and then we're going to be, our heart is going to break every day?
Bro, I had to take a bath like right after the match because I was supporting Man United for the game. Like I just couldn't. I had to get it off my chest. It was, yeah, man. It's annoying. Hate watching is not fun, and I'm actually not enjoying football right now. Like no matter how good Arsenal play, it's just annoying that there are so many last-minute winners, equalizers, controversies, and then some draws performances. By United. Like one game they had to lose in the FA Cup. They fucking won in the last minute, and then now today they just had to hold a lead. Like they had a record of 9 years without losing if they're winning at halftime. Still throw it away, and big time. So yeah, it's getting exhausting, and it's only March. I can't take.
Honestly, I'm looking at the silver lining, and there's no way. Like I think we'll have a managerial change, so it's a good thing. Like we are not going to. I mean, finishing in top 5 is always going. I will take it any day, but like I think this just highlights that we have no game plan. We have no this thing. We just wanted to sit down, defend, and like score on a counter. I think that is not really progress. Like at least take an L for the season. Just like right through the season, bring in new coach. Change something. It didn't work. Just another coach. It didn't work out. Clear some of the transfer stuff. Send some of these like high earners to Saudi and all that shit.
Can I please drink a cup of I told you so? Just a little. Just one little hot tea of I told you so.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Wherever that is, drink to it. But as United fans, we were never going to accept like another season of ours is going to be failure. We were always going to hope that like the manager works out, the tactics work out and everything. And like I said, today we are at a point where like, it's death to our Premier League season. So that's good.
All right, let's objectively analyze the game.
Rashford was injured, was he? I mean, he just felt off it, except for the goal. He was just absolutely off it. It was like, he gave that interview, got his statement goal, and then he was like, okay, I'm done. My evening's off, just like Mbappe's was in PSG's match. And then he was just, he was just not there, not doing anything.
I think that's been Rashford's season so far. Like, that just sums it up. And I think the interview was just a reaction. Like, the goal was a reaction to the interview, but apart from that, like, we did not see him tracking back and putting his body on the line, defending, like making sure City don't score a goal. But yeah, the commitment. I mean, he did say in the interview, "Don't like challenge my commitment to the club," but it's not visible on the pitch yet.
Yeah, as of now, I mean, you guys have seen United play these big games in this certain exact same way, where they're gonna sit back, try to counter, close the gaps and everything. Do you think the lineup he picked up was what you expected, or is this something that you wish happened differently?
There was no alternative. I think there was no alternative. Like, if you look at our bench, the only players who are not playing were Amrabat and Eriksson, and everybody else is just like an academy player. And Hoyland is injured. We have Martinez injured. We have Shaw injured. We have Maguire injured. Mount has been injured for a while. So like, there is no scope for any tactical adjustment or like lineup adjustment at least. So I'm at least glad Ten Hag did like put in McTominay in the middle. But apart from that, I mean, you saw what Amrabat did like for the third goal, right? Like, he came on and he just gave the goal. Like, so it shows why Ten Hag benched Amrabat in the first place. So at least he has some understanding of what his players actually are.
Yeah, and what about just like, if you see the attacking momentum, it was completely City like the whole game, regardless of how well United defended in the first half. Do you think this is the style of play that is like now gotten like too boring?
Yeah, I mean, we don't. I don't think we can expect to like win leagues and trophies like playing this sort of football. Like, we could win one-off games. We could maybe sneak into the top four if we, try. If other teams are having a shitty season like how we did last season, but it's never going to be enough. Playing this sort of football at United. So I think I agree with Sid that he did not have options, but like, we could have been a lot more brave like when we had the ball. Like, I think that has to do with like coaching and how he's setting teams up. Like, I really like the way that we defended, but like, we were not finishing our chances, and we that also comes down to coaching. If you ask me, you need more runners when we break properly, and that wasn't happening. So I guess like I might sound really, really salty because like the outcome of the game was really not in our favor, and it definitely has that recency bias in my commentary about United. But yeah, dude, I don't see us going anywhere else. Like, this is a bust, and I think we need to talk about the other side of the equation, that is City, because they are actually still in the title race. Like, they somehow, last game was also a very nervy 1-0 win. This game also, they could have drop points here. It was a very real possibility for up to like 70-80 minutes, but they came back again. And I think they're facing Liverpool next, and they have them exactly where they want them, going to Anfield with at their tail, like, and getting a win there would like mean statement, because they are clearly up ahead of Arsenal, and that is the only other real game where they have like a dedicated 6-pointer. So I'm actually very worried about City and how they could probably potentially win this league now from here
Yeah,
on.
this is Liverpool City will probably be the one game where me and AJ can get something out of the game, and it
Finally one game.
result is gonna be okay, some sort of like silver lining in any result there. But I'm not gonna let you off United so quickly, bro, Nihal. It's just been 10 minutes. Like, we have to talk a little bit more about Ten Hag, and the final topic is basically, are you writing off? And if you think it's better to sack and move on now, so that you have a little bit of the season left, where you have FA Cup still there, still have like Europa League spots, maybe the 5th spot, something to salvage in this season. Do you think it's time for the United board to act now?
I think Ineos have already decided that they're not going to keep Ten Hag, because the way Ineos have been acting so far, they've been very quick to like decide on what they want to do things. Like, they've brought in Omar Barada, they're going to get Dan Ashford soon. Yeah, and I don't think Ten Hag will be taken out of the squad before the end of the season. They'll just see how it goes, because if you see, like, Liverpool are up for a managerial change. You're probably going to get a new manager at Bayern. You're going to get a new manager at Barca. So there is like a demand for managers in the market right now. And if United don't get a manager this season, then they'll just again be behind the curve. And I'm pretty sure Ineos are very, very well aware of it. So, given that, I think Ineos are just scoping out their options. They're going to consult with Omar Barada as well, because he's still not fully on in behind the scenes yet. But I think they're already building a strategy, and they're looking at options to replace Ten Hag. But
So
Ten
Sid, I
Hag
know
till the
you
end of
were
the season is fine, I think. I know what you're going to
100%.
say.
I know you were at 100% Ten Hag in. What's the percentage like looking like now?
30.
30. Oof.
30%.
Lovely. I know SNT was at around,
No.
I think 80.
Somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, with our top 5, I think we will get a new manager.
Yeah.
How does that sound? I think they'll bring down the hammer because this is not working out. And if we get top 5, it's a miracle, okay? Because I don't see it happening. And if it does happen, I'll take it somehow, like I said. But with our top 5 or Champions League, I think there'll be a managerial change, because the system is probably not the direction that like new owners want to take. Because to Sid's point, they've been very like ambitious. Like they did not wait. They literally did not wait till they were actually their sale went through. I think they're still awaiting one more approval or something. Like they have some series of like approvals that need to go through, and I think owners and everyone approved, but there is one other like formality stuff. Before that itself, they made so many decisions. Like I hear they're also taking a decision on like the stadium, if they need to rebuild a new one or like renovate the existing one. So to Sid's point, I think they've already made up their mind about like what that managerial change and what it's going to look like. So this may have been the last like Manchester derby that we've seen Ten Hag in. His FA Cup may be his like one last sign of respect that like probably this ownership has to him, saying that okay, he deserves to probably see it out and see what happens. And you never know, like cup games are always different, lot more emotion, lot more uncertainty. Like a draw can take you into penalties, right? A lot can happen in a cup game. So maybe they'll let him see it out, but otherwise I don't see it continue. Do you guys see Ten Hag being at United next season in any shape or form as a neutral fan, like from outside looking in about United? AJ?
I would want him to be at the helm of the circus forever, dude. Like, why would I want to change? Like, absolutely not. So yes, I do. I'm 100% Ten Hag in. Absolutely, no bone, no hair, no blood in me wants him to go.
But that's just hate, right? That's not
no. That's
anything else.
appreciation for the game and like everything that you mentioned in the pod 3 months back. Like I see a vision, I see tactics, I see a great counter-attacking transition style football, amazing spaces in the middle, great
Bro, which
players.
club do you support, bro?
United, bro. Like where you're playing. No, but that's
yeah. That is AJ, the most unbiased fan on this platform. For me, bro, like I've like said it like right throughout the like Ten Hag is not it. Ten Hag's approach to a game is not like going to be sustainable for a title-winning squad or like even like some squad that continuously competes for top 4, because top 4 has also become very competitive. The whole thing is that any team you see, you know what you're going to see on the pitch. Like when you know Liverpool is playing, you know what's going to happen. You know how they're going to play. City, you know how they're going to play. Arsenal, even Aston Villa, you know how they're going to play a high line. Tottenham, same thing. You know how these people are going to play. But United, you just don't know how they're going to play, what they're going to turn up, where they're going to play possession based, counter, whatever they're going to play is the United way. And I don't really know what that is. Like that has just been said many times. And if you ask Ten Hag Ten Hag's PR is not that great. His communication skills are not that great. He doesn't inspire confidence to the fan base. He comes and he says 15 vague things and just like leaves the press conference. Everyone just left wondering what he just said. Kind of like Louis van Gaal. But at least Louis van Gaal was funny. Ten Hag is not even funny. And he's very effective. I know I know signs when a manager is feeling full on pressure is when the media is talking about him and he's sitting there and like actually answering all of the questions and getting triggered. And like how Jamie Carragher like did a whole ass analysis on United on Monday Night Football, and then Ten Hag fully got triggered and said that he's being subjective and not objective, all that shit. So I know signs when he is feeling pressure. He hasn't shown anything apart from that Carabao Cup win in United, and I mean, this is and now with the new ownership, I think this is the end. And there are so many interesting managers in the market right now. I know AJ would disagree, but I think Thomas Tuchel will be like absolutely perfect for United. There is
He'll be good.
Nagelsmann.
Yeah, that's a debate for another time. But he's
There's
not a
Nagelsmann in the market. There is Ruben from
Amarim.
the Amarim in the market, who's also really good. There's De Zerbi in the market. There is Wilby in the market. There is Xabi Alonso, although I highly doubt he's going to take that step. So yeah, you have like 4-5 really. There's Jose Mourinho in the market just for the vibes. I would say why not?
There's Javi. I mean, Javi is also going to be free next season.
Javi is also good. So there is a good scope of that merry-go-round of managers, and I think United will get the pick of the lot if they get into the market. Because like, I mean, managers would want to go to United. I don't know actually anymore, but I think historically, yes. You're on mute, SNT, if you're trying to debate that.
No, it's like, I think context and the timing matters when you say the statements. I don't think managers would want to go to United anymore. Not entirely.
Rio Ferdinand disagrees though. He says that if United
He's
go for Arteta,
Delulu, bro. Delulu Max. It's like Arteta will leave.
Arteta will be like, guys, it's been emotional, and I'm gonna leave now.
Like following in the footsteps of another
Mark
legend,
Goldman
Van
summed it
Persie.
up perfectly. Like Rio Ferdinand is acting like a 19-year-old white girl TikToker who's
Yeah.
just doing things for the click now. So let him do it. Let him get some YouTube revenue.
Yeah, but if the correct man, and I think from the start, Ineos' start, you guys are more hopeful about this ownership, right?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I know you all wanted Sheikh Mansour, but then you never know how that could have turned out.
I mean, ever since Ineos came in, they've been there, at least in the news too. Like in comparison with Glazers, who we've never seen them talk. Jim Ratcliffe gave us open interview to like he had a sit down with journalists. Like he's a fucking owner. Like not many owners have done that, and it's just very positive to see because like United fans for a while never had like involved owners ever. Like if you think about our history is one manager, a really good time with one manager, and before that another legendary manager, right? Between that it has been a pile of shit. Like between Matt Busby and Ferguson, there hasn't been anything, and now we are also rotting. Like so, if you take a look at our history, it's actually just two managers, right? So now having an owner who actually like wants to bring in change, talking about all modern principles of football, like having a good structure within the organization. If you look at across the league, the top clubs, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, the one thing that all three have in common is they're really well run behind the scenes. They're like a very well run organizations and businesses. United isn't, and that clearly matters. Like you can bring in all the coaches that failed at United over the last 5 years. They were not bad coaches. They were actually like reputable coaches, except for like Solskjaer. It didn't work out because they were not set up for success. Pep was a really good solution for City because City is a very effective organization and Pep works very well in effective organizations. Same with Arteta. I think they backed him to the hill, right? And even FSG, they lucked out with Klopp. But like all three organizations are really good. And Jim Ratcliffe coming in now and talking about changing stadiums, like bringing in technical directors and like paying out of his pocket, and also like bringing in poaching good talent from executive boards across the league, I think shows sign of intent, and hopefully they change the manager too, because doing all of that and not changing something fundamental to football, which is manager, doesn't make sense. So I'm hopeful that like they have a plan in mind.
Yeah, summed it up perfectly. All right, let's move on from Man United to the new mentality monsters, Liverpool Football Club. Just like inevitable end of the game, scoring like last minute winners, and I think this was the most ridiculous one.
How
99,
annoying was it? AJ,
99th
I want your views, bro. I want you to rant about like Nottingham Forest thought process towards the end of that game.
Dude, that Ionovi dude, whatever his name is, he's completely like he has this like desire to be at the center of the stage, which is fine. He's a star striker, but like, why the fuck would you dribble in the 98th minute, 99th minute in your own half when you're under such pressure, under such quality of players? I have absolutely no idea. He just brain farted there. But then again, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there have been a lot of controversies in terms of the amount of additional time. It went over 8 minutes, I think, which was fine. It's just a reason for people to beat Liverpool with. I don't think that's relevant. In terms of the drop ball, that's definitely a controversial one. But then again, the play happened almost like 2 minutes after the goal was scored, after 2 minutes after that drop ball. So there were situations where Nottingham Forest could have dealt with it properly. But how annoying it is to see it happen every
And
time.
they're not even that great, dude. I saw the whole game and it was so annoying. Like I see what hate watching you guys are talking about,
Yeah.
because like to sit and watch like 99 minutes of a game hoping that one team loses only to win in the 99th minute is just annoying.
It's been happening so many times with Liverpool as well as with City. Like, both of them haven't been great, have been pretty bang average against very bang average teams. And it's 80th minute, 85th minute, something happens, a defender slips. They basically open their legs up and then let City or Liverpool come and score right through the middle, and it's just annoying as hell. And on the other hand, because we are more of a systems team and apparently we don't have those difference makers, we have to be perfect every game. So it's absolutely annoying. And I mean, at this point, I just hope that either we lose 2-3 games or they lose 2-3 games, and it's just like, there's some breathing space, because I'm actually not enjoying football.
But talk me through this. Sorry, I think we are digressing going into Arsenal, but like how is this season different from last season, guys? Like last season you were holding the fort. This time you're chasing the pack.
It's actually better. Like Loki, it's better because there's less pressure on Arsenal. No one's looking just at Arsenal. They're thinking of Arsenal as like the third team who's also in the title race. It's kind of like City versus Liverpool, and Arsenal's kind of just there. So that I think that works out perfectly for someone in the title race. Not too much pressure. I think a lot of pressure in this title race to do with media. I think players these days read media a lot. They look at narrative, they get scared. That's what happened to Arsenal last season. They got scared about everything. If you look back at the 3-3 draw, sorry AJ, I'm going to a very touchy topic for us, but a 3-3 draw against Southampton, if you remember that,
Yeah.
last season, which kind of screwed everything up. That draw, if you see the full-time whistle, right after that, Arsenal players were distraught. They were like on the ground. Everyone was like, and the commentator Peter Drury was doing his shit, like, is this the end and shit like that. But the funniest thing was we were still first, and we still had to play City at Etihad. If we would have won the Etihad game, we would have won the league. Just one more game. So it was just a mentality. They knew that, okay, we fucked up against Southampton. City is coming and they're going to thrash us. And that's exactly what happened. This time it's different. This time it's not the same. City just feel different. Liverpool feel different. Arsenal feel much stronger. Like, offensively, wouldn't say so, but defensively, like,
You guys have been hitting. You guys hit the purple patch recently, right? Like you guys scored obscene number of goals in the last 3-4 games.
sustainable. I know.
But
We basically made the most of our games. We had easy games on paper, right? If you whatever your teams you look that, like,
Arsenal, Liverpool, Anfield. So
no.
Anfield.
Anfield, we fucked up. It fucked up as in, like, we basically saved ourselves with a point, right? We probably should have, Odegaard should have had, that was a penalty in my opinion, so probably should have lost it. Newcastle, I mean, it was a grudge match, so I was surprised we scored 4, but I was confident that we were going to win. But then again, the other teams that we scored 6, like West Ham, again, a bogey team, but we went and literally hammered them. out of the ground like at halftime. So it was a fun result. And Sheffield United again, like we can, it's all a way of padding up our goal difference, because that might prove to be
Yeah.
key. But to your point, the key difference is last time was the novelty of being in a title race. Like, in our like recent memory, past 20 years, we haven't, or like 15 years, we haven't really been in a title race. We didn't remember what it was. So the newness of it, like, going to YouTube, looking at all these analysis, predictions,
I
with the,
never get less of teams like of Klopp and Pep teams. We have
yeah,
figured that out. Now we don't get hurt. Because last time when we were like ahead, we thought we are invincible, and no
yeah,
one can catch us. Everything was great, but this year we're like way more real. We were like these teams are like mammoth. They can win even if they're having a really shitty day. They have like difference makers all over the pitch.
Do you think
we
you need
learn.
players like like at City or Liverpool who have the experience of winning trophies, like who
That's what
know
I was
how
going
to
to
hold
say.
their nerve? Yeah.
Yeah, you learn different things about the title race. Last season, we learned what it is to go on a run, and when City does, you just can't catch up. And this season, it's all about the players. Like, I do understand a lot of people saying Arsenal, they don't have the players, and City and Liverpool do when it comes to key difference makers, right? Maybe our players haven't lived up to that, but man, you look at like they're missing Trent Alexander-Arnold, they missed Allison, and they missed Salah, and everybody was like, they have four smashers, world's best in their positions, and if they miss any one of them, they probably will die down. But they're basically at their weakest, and they're pulling out results out of the bag, and it's just testament to the team, the manager, momentum, situation, whatever it is. But I mean, that's Liverpool. That's what Klopp and Guardiola do to their teams.
But I really like Arsenal's position right now in this chase, because they, to Neerav's point, they have been deflecting a lot of the media pressure that was there last season of being like top here, and also it it really helps them that it's clubs like last season. It's almost expected that like club will walk away with like a title sort of thing in terms of media and like the narratives. So, and I really like your fixtures also towards the end, because one, you only have like the Champions League and the Premier League, in essence like the two trophies that you guys really care about, and you are not distracted by the domestic leagues like or anything. And I think this month, Liverpool play 6 or 7 fixtures as opposed to Arsenal playing like 4, which I think will really help. Because, and also like at the FA Cup fixtures, Liverpool's schedule, it'll rack up with so many of these injuries. I think they are bound to like fail over a period of time.
Yeah.
I kind of have been thinking about it, but it's just not proving to be the case, right? In the past month, they've been they barely have players. Like, they're playing players who nobody knew. Like, best of, or the most ardent Liverpool fans didn't know those players existed, and they came and they're winning them titles. And to your point, to fixtures, right? To be honest, I feel like we have I mean, everybody has tough fixtures, but I think we have all our bogey fixtures in our last 5 or 6 games. So Spurs away, Etihad is like in a couple of weeks' time, maybe end of this month, and then United away. We never win at these three places, so I don't see ourselves to be favorites. I think third favorites is the
Yeah, no,
best.
Liverpool definitely favorites just because of the fixtures left. If you see the fixtures left, they have like the least difficult fixtures. Even when it comes to like form and everything, they have the least difficult fixtures. And on top of that, they are not playing Champions League football. There's a lot of pressure on Arsenal to do well in Champions League football just because of our non-existential European history, which is nothing. And yeah, City as well. Like they probably will take Champions League pretty seriously, and they also have FA Cup. So Liverpool can basically, we've seen Klopp doesn't give a fuck. Like, he'll play like little kids in any competition and still win through passion or whatever, and then call it the best night of his life. Every night is the best night of his life.
I think
So
that's why they love him, bro. That's it.
yeah, that's why they love it. No, he is a legend, dude. But, and also, okay, this is something that I wanted to talk about. I know we digress to Arsenal, but what about this Klopp farewell party situation going on, man? Like, 99th minute winner, when the whistle should have gone. I think the full time whistle, as soon as like the Nottingham Forest player got the ball. That's what like happens, right? In essence, like when you're above the thing and you lose possession, whistle goes. Or do you wait for like 10 more seconds to see if that guy loses possession, and then McAllister will be given like another 10 seconds to put in a cross, and then Darwin will head in? When do you draw the line? Or am I just crying?
I think you're just crying.
I think we're all just frustrated.
You're just crying, bro. Like, because it wasn't like 2-3 minutes over. It was just like
if you see an article written by Paul Tierney, I think one of the tribunal referees just said that like Paul Tierney made a huge mistake by doing this, and he did that at halftime also in this game. So I'm not just crying. This is a factual thing which has happened, which is a debate.
Like, to be honest, I don't buy into the debate of it being played extra, like extra seconds being played. The other one, on the other hand, which is the drop ball controversy and everything, totally, that was wrong. Shouldn't have been the case. And I can also make the argument how that skewed the result in favor of Liverpool, because the pressure and like ball retention, everything, all of those things come into play, even though the goal was 2 minutes after that moment. So that for sure, I can totally buy into that narrative, but not about the extra time.
I feel there is a certain level of sympathy for referees towards Liverpool this season. Ever since like they had the refereeing fuck ups in the Tottenham game, the first half of the season. I think ever since then, and with Klopp leaving and all this hoo-ha, I think, I don't know, there is some sort of a bias I feel from referees towards like the soft corner towards Liverpool, and I think it just shows in small decisions like these.
The thing is that if City win the title by 1 point, let's say City win the title by just 1 point, Liverpool itself are gonna like go back to that Tottenham game when they actually got really, really screwed with that offside decision, which they should have like probably gotten a point or maybe 3 points from that. And he's gonna go back and say that, okay, this lost us a title, so we need like some sort of like reparation here or something. So script makers can't have that, so they need a little bit of gap between someone winning or someone not winning. It can't be a close title race, otherwise these points would matter a lot. But I think this is crying. This is definitely crying. Yeah.
So, we are full-time criers.
I'm telling you, joy is totally sapped out of football at this moment for me, because I always worry watching Arsenal matches that we'll pull off an Arsenal and we'll do something stupid, and then all these other teams, they are basically batshit bad in their games, and then they end up winning. So I'm like,
bro, these two teams have been here and done it, bro. Like over and over again. Like they're used to like winning a bunch of games without being really good at football.
There's one outlet for Arsenal, which was Champions League. We got Porto. I thought that would be easy, and even that game is now. I'll be like,
testament to Arsenal that we are not talking about that loss at all. Like no one's worried. You guys also not worried. Like
with Arsenal, I am worried with whenever it comes to Champions League.
No, I think that's the new Arsenal.
No one's talking about the loss. No one's talking about Declan Rice's price tag anymore. No one's talking about Kai Havertz anymore. The biggest topic. Who's talking about Kai Havertz anymore?
Yeah.
He's gelled into the team, scoring goals. He's doing everything that he can. So yeah, that is a good thing that has happened, and we just like stay positive, bro. AJ, like these moments don't come. Look at these United fans, bro.
Yeah.
They had it so good for like years,
Bro,
and then.
Look at the biggest smile on the pod. It's Nihal's, because he's such a relieved man. He's like, okay, I'm done with football. Now I can enjoy.
He's just having a beer. He's like, fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit. Like,
clarity
only way
in
to
life.
down,
I think in football,
what do you mean you've had it good for so many years, motherfucker? We've been struggling for 10 years. Like,
You finished second with Ole. What are you saying?
I would say
second, like in the most.
I would say even till Mourinho, it was decent. It was decent. I would say it was okay. Like all your chill. And before that, it was really good. Like, don't forget that you Van Persied on us. So things have been really well. Like, I've cried.
You're still salty, right?
I am fully salty, bro. I've cried tears.
Had better last 10 years than us.
Without winning anything. But
Yeah.
They won an FA Cup in between. Like, but
4 FA Cups.
four in the last 10 years? Is that
Community Shields as well?
Wow.
You want to
4
count that?
Community Shield, 4 FA Cups, 9 major trophies.
Major trophy.
The problem with Arsenal is, I think our scar tissue is so soft when it comes to bottling. Like, we haven't won anything big in such a long time that, for me personally, it's very hard to fight for the club, because, I mean, at the end of the day, the football discourse is very rudimentary, right? it's all about titles because casuals don't really understand what's happening. And it's just exhausting. I just need one title, just like Liverpool did, to fight for my club back again, like on every platform, go all out, batshit crazy. But until that happens, I'll be quiet. I'll be mellow.
You're not quiet, but
No, I mean this
I'll be quiet
definitely,
going forward.
definitely the last 2 years, the last season, just the last season and this season have been the best me and EJ both have seen.
For
The
sure.
Arsenal since probably the Invincibles, which I didn't see personally, and I know how fickle this is and how quickly it could change. So that's why, bro, don't get anxious. Just enjoy the moment, enjoy the football, enjoy 25 goals in 7 games. What else do you need?
No, no.
Like 18 XG conceded the whole thing, bro. Like the
all I need is I mean, if we're not winning the league and if Liverpool are, I just need Arsenal to beat City at Etihad. I think it's time to bury those.
Redemption
Skeleton.
for last season.
We're gonna move on. You guys want to discuss Tottenham and Aston Villa, or is it gonna be too fresh in your wounds like right now?
no, you can talk through it. I think both, again, 2 more arrows were shot at like United fans before this game even started. Let's put it that way. Both, I think Aston Villa not so much because they surrendered the 2-goal lead, but Spurs will definitely losing. Okay, like that.
Spurs,
Free kick, bro. Fuck, so
That's crazy.
good. It was nuts. I was like, fuck, bang on target, and then randomness, bro. I stepped away from TV for 5 minutes and scored 2 goals. Like it was just
Bro,
so
I
hard.
turned on the TV for 5 minutes and they scored 2 goals. Like, I'm telling you, there's something happening. And then I switched over to the Liverpool game and then Liverpool scored within 30 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I
Spurs
even doing this?
definitely have had a really good like luck going into their way. They attack so much, so they end up creating chances. For some reason, teams playing Spurs, they just like they're not clinical enough against them at all. Because they get so many chances, so they're like their eyes are open. They're like, oh my god, it's like gold. We're gonna go catch it, and then almost always they screw up. But Son, man, like Son, clinical. Madison clinical, everyone like is just clinical in that team, and they click together. And I think they will have a really good next season. I think next season is their season. So yeah, they are pulling away in this top 4, top 5 race. Haven't skipped a beat yet.
Yeah.
Initially, we thought in the middle that United will be able to catch them, but that's gone there.
They
This
6 points
Worst-
off.
Spurs have the worst last 5 fixtures any team can ever have, right? And I think this was,
they will decide the title race. Simple.
yeah, they're playing all the teams.
they play. I know they play us and City. They also play Liverpool.
Yeah, they play Liverpool, us and City,
And
3
Aston
games in 4 games.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
wow.
all
And
the,
they
all
play
the-
Aston Villa next, I think.
yeah, Aston Villa's next. I think all the 3 title teams they're going to play in the last week.
Bro, I need City to get knocked out of Champions League so that we can win it. Like even though we win it, we only get 4 spots, and the Spurs don't get the 5th one for the Champions League. That's me being optimistic back again.
And
To Neerav's point, I feel like whenever anyone plays Spurs, they feel like they can score, they can attack, and then they just open up. And I think that is playing to like fucking Spurs advantage because team play like blindless, mindless football like towards the end. Remember that Brighton game when
yeah,
they just opened their legs?
yeah,
to be like, "Come score."
yesterday was kind of exactly like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
Crystal Palace was exactly the same. Anderson literally was like, "Oh, you're not getting open chances. Let me give you one." And then the other guy who could have simply tackled, he was like, "No. I'll also let you pass. Let's see what you can do." And then fucker Werner scored out of all people. Come on.
And I
Yeah.
think
Go ahead.
Warner scored before Anthony. Can you believe it?
Anthony is basically the worst signing in history of Premier League, and I have
I love how Vamsi had the balls to just say, like, bro, you should bring Anthony on.
like I don't know how can people even debate the fact that he's absolutely the shittiest signing ever.
Garbage.
We signed Pepe, bro. Never forget.
Bro, Pepe was so much better. Like I am telling you, with stats, with everything else in between, Pepe was so much better.
Yeah. Cool. Going towards Aston Villa, they keep winning, and they probably have. This is probably going to be the underdog story of like this season. That if they actually end up making Champions League football, that would be crazy, and they're right there.
I think they're in a really good position to make it. Also, like they have been winning the games that they should be winning, and I think their fixture list also looks okay. They might I think they are a more certain of a top 4 finish over Spurs at this point. I feel like they have a better chance than
It's a
Spurs.
genuine question though. You think roster-wise, Aston Villa has a better roster than Spurs and United?
No.
No, you don't think so? Player for
Spurs are
player.
better.
I mean, United maybe. I genuinely don't rate half of United players, but Spurs, I think Spurs has definitely a better squad for me.
You think so? Player for player?
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, think about it. Like Villa has a better striker. Like Ole Watkins over any first striker.
I mean,
I
Son.
mean,
You would
if you
take Son.
not Son, probably not. If you
Son,
come,
Yeah, I would take Son over Ollie Watkins.
Son is striker over Watkins.
I would take the
Yeah, I would do
midfield.
that.
I would take Kamara and Luis over any of these fuckers, Skip or whatever.
Yeah. Luis probably. Yeah.
I
take
would.
Madison, and then defense. I would 100% take Van de Ven, Vicario, Emi Martinez, kind of like a toss up.
Emi
Pedro
Martinez is really
Porro,
good.
Christian
Porro is-
Romero, these guys are also like
Yeah,
top
Pedro
tier.
Porro is good. I like Konsa too, honestly. But I would say, yeah, depends on how the type of. Actually, Van de Ven would work in Unai Emery style football
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they probably Spurs have the defense. Aston Villa definitely have the midfield, and I would even take Leon Bailey or who's that other winger?
McGinn.
No, the winger Diaby.
Yeah.
Diaby and Leon Bailey over Brendan Johnson or Timo Werner or any of the Spurs wingers.
Even Douglas Lewis is pretty good.
Yeah, Douglas Lewis and Kamara definitely midfield. I don't think anyone in they should touch. And Yuri Tielemans, Madison, I'll equate.
Yeah.
Madison is,
I'll
after
100%.
injury, Madison has come back to be pretty shit. To be honest, he hasn't.
Probably, but then it takes time to get back to your level. I think on paper at least, I would take Madison, not on current form. On wing, I would take Kulusevski. I mean, over any of those.
What do you think will happen next game? They're facing each other.
Oh, is
That's
it?
one of the
Yeah,
best games like this season. I
Aston
think.
Villa and Spurs
Who's
at
at home?
Villa Park.
Villa Park.
Oh, okay.
Imagine, bro, both Highlands are so fucking. They're playing in this part of the pitch. They're like high-fiving each other. They're doing Dandiya next season.
We should actually do a
Watch them.
combined 11, like really.
Mind 11.
For
Yeah, we can. We did it so quickly, right?
So quickly.
like in a structured way, so that we can just push it out.
Imagine Emi Martinez flipping balls and then coming to Vicario, and he's like they're playing like this kind of
badminton.
football. Badminton with each other.
Yeah.
Fucking interesting game that's gonna be. Is that next week though?
It's
Yeah.
next weekend.
Yeah, amazing. So
It's
we can
also-
like
it's
skip
also-
talking about next weekend games.
Oh,
Quick,
just one quick thing. Do you think Luton survives?
They should do it. I really
and
like
I don't know, man. Actually, you know why? And they should, right? They should
I
because
love it. I love the team. Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch. Like
much
they
fun.
always have close games. They never lost like by a big margin.
Yeah.
So
Never
they are
let
my
it
second
Come
team.
to Kenilworth Road and win easily. Like it's such a difficult thing to go.
By the way, Luton have lost the last 4 games. LLLL.
Yeah.
That's what the relegation zone.
Yeah, but they're at 20 points and Nottingham Forest 24, Everton 25. I think with this Everton, getting 4 points back or whatever, that's put things in their direction. And I don't think Sean Dyche is going to get relegated. He knows how.
I think-
Not, yeah. But
Bigger question is the asterisks around the new charges, right? On Forest and Everton.
Yeah.
The second round.
Forest as well.
Yeah, Forest and Everton. So there are two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, Loki,
Imagine
I
this
think
gets done in the absolute last game week.
Oh,
Everything
God.
is done. Luton is relegated. Then this news comes. Oh my god. Premier League are just like script writers, bro. Just enjoying this.
like bottom 4 and top 4 are both very interesting in this season. Like you don't know which team is gonna get a penalty of how many points, and then you don't know which team is gonna fuck up. Next week we also have Liverpool and City,
Yeah.
and we have Villa and Tottenham. So top 4 play each other basically. I'm
Oh,
not Arsenal,
perfect.
but yeah, top
Who
5
do
play
we
each
play?
other.
Oh, we
Arsenal
get
can end up end of next week at the top of the league.
Hey, shut up, bro. Let's not.
Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
They-
possible.
Liverpool City
Arsenal have a
draw
game in
and
hand.
then
Yeah.
Arsenal win 2 games in
Next
hand.
week, getting our old boys back.
This is the first year I have ever seen, and AJ would agree that we are so high in the GD charts. Like I have never
Yeah.
seen a
I know what the fuck is third and nine, bro?
and 3 game weeks have done that.
It's
Straight up.
Yeah, we literally had 23 positive goal difference in 6 games. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Never seen that happen.
Guys,
Alright,
went on some
Oh, by the way,
we were like on a 5-6 game winning streak or some ridiculous shit. Right?
Yeah, six game winning streak, and like not just winning, like demolished.
there are some random stats coming up. Like, no team has scored 2 goals
Yeah.
in like 5,
I mean,
7 negative. What the fuck?
AJ's
Where's
point,
all these stats? Come on, move on.
to
I
AJ's
think you
point,
guys are conveniently forgetting Porto, by the way. Just saying.
dude, they're gonna
Right there,
I have a feeling they're gonna thump them. Like
They're
it
gonna
will
thump
be
them.
like a Champions League statement win for Arsenal.
I'll
Like they
take a
will think about this and like sell it on the streets. Maybe
By
next.
the way, the like listen to this, bro. Arsenal's XG goals conceded is 18. Can you believe that?
yeah.
It's been 29 games. They have conceded an XG of 18. That is ridiculous. I haven't seen that since Jose Mourinho was Chelsea or something. We didn't have XGC back then, so we don't know what the XGC was.
The
Plus, we
second
don't play that football. Like we don't play that
Exactly.
7 defense park the bus kind of football. Like we actually
18 XGC with 39 GD. That's like some ridiculous stats, by the way.
and the next lowest goal concede XGC is City
yeah.
at 25. Like 7 difference between Arsenal.
Don't worry, bro. We'll make up for it. Our old boys back next weekend in the goals. Like Ramsdale will play because Raya is cup tied. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna make up for it.
What do you mean?
I mean, like league tied because he's on loan, right? Raya is on loan.
Do we have Brentford next?
Yeah, I have. No, you have
Nice.
Sheffield next, no?
No, Sheffield
Tomorrow.
is tomorrow.
No,
But
Yeah.
like next weekend. I mean, next
Okay.
weekend.
next weekend. All right, we have like 12 minutes. I wanted to do like a quick, 2-3 minute quiz with you guys. This quiz is basically Nihal, turn your screen off. I know you have stats on your screen. Turn it off. So this basically small little quiz is essentially the stats till now. Like basically stats of player stats and club stats till now for 2023-24 season. Okay. Whoever says it first because we don't have any buzzer situation going on. But all right. Highest number of goals right now in the Premier League. Player.
Haaland.
Ole Watkins 16. Oh, Haaland today.
Yes, we got it. Haaland.
Haaland.
Highest number of assists in the Premier League right now. 3 people. Name anyone.
Neto.
Neto, you said?
Yeah.
Nihal?
KDB? No.
KDB. Sid?
KDB.
Wrong. All 3 wrong. Pascal Gross, Kieran Trippier, and Ollie Watkins.
Oh wow.
10 assists each.
Oh,
Highest number of chances created this season.
Odegaard.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
Odegaard. 72 chances created.
Really?
Second should be.
Bruno Fernandes is not on the list. I mean, like he's not in the top 5.
Hey, are you seeing the stats?
Come.
No. I just know. Like United don't create, bro. Like they just don't.
No, we don't score. That's the thing.
Oh, maybe.
Bruno has the highest chances created, like
high chance of
yeah,
creation.
way higher than KDB. So
Alright, highest number of woodwork hit.
Oh, wait. I know
Club.
Nunes.
Nunes.
Club.
Spurs,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Liverpool. Right.
Liverpool,
That's an interesting stat, huh? Highest number of tackles made club by
Luton
quite
Town.
a distance. Highest number of tackles made.
Luton Town.
No.
Everton.
No.
Wait. Let me...
It's
Us.
a good one, but no. Nottingham Forest.
Everton. Oh,
Nottingham Forest.
It's Nottingham Forest, yeah. And 2 more. Highest number of passes this season. Players.
City. Oh,
Rodri.
yes.
Rodri.
Rodri. Yeah.
Hey, good one, bro. Good one. And the final one is we had this highest number of own goals this season. Club.
Brentford.
Liverpool.
No. This I absolutely have no. Wolves.
No, Sheffield United. All right, that's it. And now we go to the next week's fixture. It's Liverpool versus Man City. It's a time where me and EJ will hate watch with a lot of love. Like hate watch, knowing that nothing can break our hearts today. But like even if you had to, who do you want to win? Like
City.
City?
Yeah.
Reasoning?
I mean, we'll have things in our hand, even though we'll throw them away, but at least we will. In that case, at the end.
Basically, you just want things in your hand and you want to face them with that. That's a good enough reason.
I want it to be a draw and like it to actually really matter on goal difference and these games, these teams taking a lot of risk. You know, that'd be a perfect outcome for the league. Like if everyone's around the same points.
Why you want me to die or what? Like I'll die of pain or something.
You want City to lose on goal difference just as a revenge for 2020?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I want someone to go through the pain of like losing on goal difference. I don't know who it is.
It will be us. Please don't
If you had
make us go through that.
to pick one person to do the Aguero moment this year from Arsenal or Liverpool, who do you think it will be?
You know what?
Has to be Darwin Nunes.
If it's
Darwin Nunes. Oh my god, I won't be able to take it, bro.
no, if
It has
it's
to
happening,
post and go inside, bro. This time.
Yeah, and it's a South American, right? Same thing.
Shit.
I just feel if it's gonna happen, it'll be Gabriel Jesus, just because of the amount of hate and clumsy and like lack of freshness.
Very clumsy goal coming from his like half chest or something like that.
Doing some random stuff and then just scoring.
But for some reason, if it's Havertz, I don't know. It'll just
I
be
think
like
it's
poetic.
Havertz.
Just as
Yeah, like a near post header or something like that. Something like absolutely
Stealing the
insane.
goal. Yeah.
Like just arriving in the box, the last moment, taking his shirt off, going and hugging Arteta. Something. I need something like that. And then Arteta like jumping around the pitch and pissing everyone off.
Bro.
running through the length of hugging supporters, getting kids on pitch, all the things. Yeah,
Imagine in a world where like Zinchenko has that moment.
for a stat.
That would
Bro,
be
I
nice.
want Liverpool to lose, man. I'm just done with this fairy tale shit. Klopp's last season. I want City to win, plain 3-0 win. I want.
Yeah.
End
like
this.
United
End
fan.
this.
Really,
Yeah.
really want an Arsenal win. Like I can't take 4-peat or number 20.
Yeah.
I am okay with like Arsenal fans being in my face for another 10 more years, like rubbing this title.
Bro, in 10 more years, we will be the number 20 then, if we win this one.
Yeah. If we win this, that's absolutely right. That's what we're saying. Sid, who do you also pick Arsenal?
Yeah, easy.
What is
No
the
question.
point of this podcast, man? What- Yeah.
I would honestly
We are,
pick
like,
Villa.
four Arsenal supporters here.
It's a therapy session for us. Like,
Yeah.
three United fans supporting us, and we know that we probably not going to win. So
I
it's
hope for the sake of this podcast, next year there's an Arsenal United title race. Then we'll see the true colors of everyone.
Hate.
Yeah.
no, bro, I still hate United to the core. Like, I don't know why I wanted them to win today, but yeah, always be against them.
I mean, imagine the plight where like the most hated fan base wants you to win.
It's sad for both of them, right?
Oh god.
But I mean,
okay.
I think Villa is everyone's like favorite team to win the
Villa is not
race.
winning, yes.
Everybody who's not Liverpool, City, or Arsenal. But that's the thing. Villa is not happening. We all know
Villa is
it
not
somewhere
winning.
deep down. Yeah.
But I was the only one who picked them for top 4, just by the way. So they will finish in the top 4.
Okay, you guys remember the last City and Liverpool game? What was the score? Anyone? It was
This
at the Etihad
last season.
this season.
Liverpool won.
No,
One
no.
all.
Was it a draw?
Yeah,
One
was
all.
It was a draw 1-1. And you know the last game at Anfield was a 1-0 defeat at for City. So basically, City haven't really done anything with Liverpool.
They have a
Like,
bad
like,
record at
they have a bad record at Anfield. 1-0, 2-2, and then they won 4-1 against them like in 2021. But before that, they hadn't won a game at Anfield since 2004.
yeah.
So since 2004, they've just won one game at Anfield.
No,
Not looking good.
defense, to be honest, City's defense is not that great. I mean, you could see Ruben Diaz just fluffing all the air balls, like long balls, not being able to deal with it in today's match. And Liverpool are basically a chaotic team. So yeah, I don't really fancy City, unless obviously Foden or Haaland or KDB more than anybody else decides to decide the match on their own. That'll be a different case.
Bro, Rodri hasn't lost a single game in the entire year. So if Rodri plays, I am confident. At least they won't lose.
Broken, bro, left, right, center.
Yeah, we had a record broken today. So
Draw is the best outcome for everyone, right? Like for you guys.
yeah,
I would honestly agree with AJ that I'd probably want City to win because that kind of takes Liverpool out of the equation, and then we have City. We can face City, and things are in our hand. Draw would also be nice, but then given that we win our games and everything, but I don't know. I wouldn't take a Liverpool win. Liverpool win would just like be Liverpool would
Painful.
fly away after that.
yeah, I think Liverpool win would be a title stealing win, I guess, in my opinion.
Title seeding win. Alright, Preds, guys. Animesh. Preds.
1-1.
1.
Mhm.
Nihal.
City too.
City 2-0. Lovely.
3-2 City.
3-2 City. I'm gonna go for a 2-2. That's what I want. Basically, none of us have predicted a Liverpool win. This is an Arsenal love, Liverpool hate podcast.
It definitely is.
It is.
And United
Definitely.
pity.
There's like
Yeah,
United should not even be mentioned, bro. In the same sentences around the same
Yeah.
sentence.
And let's do Preds for Aston Villa Tottenham as well.
Aston Villa 3-1 actually. Aston Villa 3-1.
Okay. Hate.
It's at their home. I think they're good.
I think it's going to be 2-2 draw.
To draw. What about you?
I think it's going to be a crazy game with the highline, like both people are playing. It'll be 2-2 or 3-3. Yeah, just
Auto is
something
highline.
crazy is going to happen. And like there'll be like 3 goals scored initially by Tottenham, and then Villa will suddenly score 3 goals. Like something weird is going to happen. So I'm just going to say 3-3 for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 4-3 Villa win with proper Barclays is gonna be.
Let's hope is a proper Barclays classic.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys, this was full-time banter game week 27, and we're gonna come back for game week 28 with two banger games next week, and see what happens with the title race and the top 4 race.
Arsenal will be top of the league then.
Yeah. This is the Arsenal podcast, guys.
Renaming it.
Renaming it.
Presented by Manchester United.
Presented by Manchester. One little devil is there. You should remove that, bro.